So normally, like say for instance at a po' boy in New Orleans, you would get your po' boy with mayo, you might add some hot sauce to it. Here at Brenda's, what I do is I make my own house chipotle remoulade. Remoulade is a mayonnaise-based sauce, and I'm gonna show you how to make this recipe using a 12-ounce bottle of mayo. And you can just use the whole bottle in its entirety and turn it from plain boring mayo into very delicious chipotle remoulade. Besides that, you're also gonna need capers, red onion, chipotles in adobo, sugar, lemon juice, and a little bit of salt. Normally at the restaurant we would use red onions, but I don't have any right now, so we're gonna use scallions instead. And these are already sliced. I'm gonna need 3 tablespoons of mince. And it doesn't have to be exact, but you know, roughly 3 tablespoons would be ideal. So I'm mincing this so that the flavors kind of meld together and nothing is too prominent. You don't want to bite into big chunks of scallions in your mostly smooth remoulade. Once this is minced, we're also going to mince 3 tablespoons of capers. Because you're mincing them anyway, if you want to use the bigger capers, which are cheaper, that's fine. You're really just going for the flavor, not the size necessarily. That ought to do it. Chipotles in adobo, these are smoked jalapeno peppers that are in an adobo sauce. And for this, I'm using 2 tablespoons. And you do actually want to get some of the sauce from the chilies in there. So there's 1, there's 2. This is pretty spicy, so if you're spice averse, use gloves. And remember, if you don't use gloves, don't pick your nose or touch your private parts later, because you're liable to burn yourself. Okay, that's it. You can edit the private part stuff out. Okay, now I'm gonna use some fresh lemon juice, and I'll show you how to juice a lemon. One trick is to roll it a little bit first. That does is it softens the rind and it kind of releases the juices. It'll be easier to juice after. Cut it in half. If you have a small reamer, you can use that. I'm just gonna use my hands, or you could also just use a spoon. And I'll strain the seeds out in a minute. But for this right now, I only need 1.5 teaspoons of lemon juice. For my chipotle remoulade, I'm gonna dump this entire bottle of mayo, 12-ounce bottle. Use whatever mayo you like. I'm gonna throw in our minced capers, minced scallions. Normally I'd use red onions, but I don't have any. Minced chipotle chilies and adobo. It's gonna bring the heat and the smoke. Salt, a little sugar. Sugar's important. It seems weird, but it actually is going to balance everything out. And I'm going to show you a little trick, because it drives me crazy to waste food. All that mayo in there. I'm going to pour my lemon juice in here, and I'm going to shake it. And it's going to satisfy all my Virgo urges. It brings me such pleasure. Goodbye, mayo. Hello, lemon juice. All right, and then we're gonna whisk, and that's it. We have our remoulade, and you have enough for, I mean, depending how much remoulade you eat, but enough for, you know, a couple meals or one big fat feast.